All right, welcome back into the channel. Welcome in, Eagles Nation. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that came across my timeline on Twitter, X, whatever you want to refer to it as. And it's something that I kind of had on my radar once the Patriots released Jalen Mills, but I didn't hear any steamway for it until today. Jalen Mills posted on his Instagram story a picture of his old Eagles jersey. And you guys know how Twitter and social media is. They started running with it. Is Jalen Mills headed back to Philly? Is this just him trying to get a contract, or is there something legit going on here? And what are my thoughts on that? Well, here's the thing. Am I opposed to the Eagles bringing back the Green Goblin, Jalen Mills? No, this is a guy who has had some pretty solid seasons for us in the past, 2020 being his best year. And obviously, he never was this cornerback one lockdown type of guy, but I do think as an NFL player, he has made himself a versatile NFL player, and the reason why he has stuck around in the NFL. Now, the Patriots obviously go from Bill Belichick to Gerard Mayo this offseason. Coaching change, things change there. Usually, roster turnover happens. Jalen Mills, one of the guys that ended up not surviving the coaching change, and now he is a free agent. And I saw the chatter on Twitter. I would not be opposed to bringing back Jalen Mills for the right contract and with the right expectations in mind. Is Jalen Mills going to come on this team and be a starter? I don't think so, right? When we look at this team's depth chart, I think that there are better options than Jalen Mills at the positions that he would play. We have Darius Slay, obviously, as the corner one. It seems like Isaiah Rodgers and Kelly Ringo are battling it out for that corner two. And I really do believe this team's going to line Quinyon Mitchell up in the slot. They've been playing him there a lot in training camp. And, any way to get the talented rookie on the field. Obviously, that's subject to change throughout the season. But that's where I think their three corner spots are going to open up the season. And then CJ Gardner-Johnson and Reed Blankenship are going to be the starting safeties for this team. But the depth at that position, Sidney Brown and James Bradbury, I wouldn't mind adding Jalen Mills to that, a guy who can play a free safety for us if we need, or a guy who I think could be a decent backup nickel corner. If for some reason Quinyon Mitchell moves to the outside, Avonta Maddox is good, but him and Jalen Mills could be battling it out for that backup nickel role. I lean Maddox right now, but having a versatile defender like Jalen Mills who can sub in at safety, could sub in at nickel, if we were really desperate in a pinch, could play outside corner. That's a valuable piece. As well, Jalen Mills has Super Bowl experience. To bring that to this defense, just even as a locker room guy who's been there and who loves the Philly culture, is not something I'm opposed to. As well, a guy who the past 3 seasons has been learning under Bill Belichick. So a good defensive mind in there as well. Obviously, everything is dependent on what's the contract, how much money are we paying him, what's the expectations. But if Jalen Mills could come back to Philly, be a rotational piece for this secondary, I would not be opposed to it at all. Him and CJ Gardner-Johnson too. You talk about two Eagles in the secondary, especially recently, that have had a little bit of swag or a little bit of attitude to them. The Instagram videos, the social media, it would be a buzz. It would be funny with those two. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But Jalen Mills to Philly, that rumor is starting to heat up. I'm not surprised. The Eagles do have $25 million in cap space that they have not used. Now, I expect Howie to leave some of that for a potential, trade deadline acquisition or a buyout candidate similar to Shaq Leonard last year. And, when the team acquired Kevin Byard, Howie Roseman likes to save a little bit of money. So, for people going, why didn't Howie sign Justin Simmons or spend all that money right now? That's why, right? He wants to leave himself some flexibility in case a major trade becomes available and this team is poised for a Super Bowl level run. But I would not be opposed to giving Jalen Mills, a couple $1 million, whether it's, a 1-year deal, a 2-year deal with a team option. Just see how it goes. Bring him in for this year's run. Again, having a veteran in the defensive locker room, when you have a Quinyon Mitchell, when you have a Kelly Ringo, when you have a Cooper DeJean, it absolutely does not hurt. Mills had, I believe, around the 50-ish tackle mark last year for the Patriots. And again, he wasn't a starter there, a rotational piece. If he's the same thing in Philly, I'm completely fine with it. But as always, let me know in the comment section, do you think the Philadelphia Eagles should bring back Jalen Mills, the Green Goblin, for the 2024 season? Or do you think his time in Philly has came and went, and that IG story is just reminiscing? I will catch you guys with more Eagles news, reports, rumors, etc. when they pop up. Peace out.